and welcome back, MINKAH Fitzpatrick. All right, and welcome back to Phins Football Podcast. This is B Trill, and man, it has been a while. Yeah, I've been feeding you a whole bunch of shorts, but man, it's been a while since I've sat in this chair and brought a full video to you. So, go ahead, like, and subscribe if this is your first time. But if you notice, we got to make some changes immediately. So, without further ado, welcome back, MINKAH Fitzpatrick. Yes, I did keep my jersey. I was not one that was bitter and burned the jersey. Come on, guys. It was, after his rookie year? I barely got to wear this jersey, so it's been collecting dust for a while in my closet. But yes, welcome back, MINKAH Fitzpatrick. So he was drafted, 2018, the number 11th pick out of Alabama. We picked up a safety, MINKAH Fitzpatrick. He balled out his rookie year, and then week 2, we decided, I think it was week 2, week 3, we shipped him off to the Steelers, where he became a great player. He's been in, 5 Pro Bowls? I'm going to go over all the numbers and everything in a little bit. But it's just good to have him back in the building. It was not a very good fit when we got him. Here, before I keep going, this jersey, it is a knockoff. Obviously, it's not a real alternate. It is a Dolphins jersey. So you can see the patch. There we go. Nike. So it's when, he wore 29. So who knows? I might be able to wear that one again this year, but I'm excited. I'm excited to have MINKAH Fitzpatrick back. So that does make our safety room a lot better. We're going to go over the full details of the trade first. So let me bring everything up. Of course, I've been sending you videos all morning. I've been trying to get everything out to you. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because blockbuster trades like this, they don't happen all the time. But I'm pretty sure I had everything posted within 5 minutes of everything breaking. So I wanted to make sure I was actually working. I went on a break and decided to drop some videos. So, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be here to get everything out to you. I do want to let you know the details first. So, of course, we did trade away Jalen Ramsey. That is why I covered up his jersey. So, he will be missed. He was a great player, but he just didn't fit with our coaching staff. I guess they were clashing. But Miami went ahead and made the trade. So, it came through. As I keep stalling as I'm pulling up everything. I mean, I can kind of just go over for details. But it was Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and a 7th-round pick for MINKAH Fitzpatrick and a 5th-round pick. So first off, those draft picks, they're not in 2026. They're actually in 2027. So we picked up a 5th round in 2027, and then we gave up a 7th round in 2027. So that doesn't affect next year's draft picks. But again, if you saw my video earlier, I kind of broke down the trade a little bit differently. Everybody's like, oh, MINKAH for Jalen, Jonnu for some pick swaps. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But if you put it all together, let's break it down a little bit more. We were going to get rid of Jalen regardless. Word out there, we're going to get a 6th round, a 7th round. We ended up getting a 5th round. Jonnu was talking about he wanted a little bit more money, but he wanted to stay in Miami. The issue is Miami didn't want to pay him. if you saw what he got, 1 year, 12 mil. Miami was not going to pay him 12 mil. We were paying him, what, $4 million? $4 million, and he broke out. He was a Pro Bowl player. We wanted that bargain again. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we were in rooms for negotiation, because as soon as Johnny was like, hey, I want to stay, but I do want more money, we were like, hey, see ya. So 1 year, $12 million, he is going to be playing for the Steelers. That does open up a spot for us in the tight end room. That does fill a spot for the Steelers in the tight end room. I'm going to go over some options of who we should get for tight end, but automatically I'm thinking Darnell Washington. I really wanted him in the draft when he was up in the NFL draft, but Miami didn't pick him. He kind of dropped a little bit in the draft as well, and we still didn't get him. But there's a chance to pick him up now. I'm also going to be going over, let's just jump into the other options without beating around. Some of the other options out there for trade. Number one on CBS, a report by Jordan Dejani. There's a report out there. It says Dolphins looking to trade tight end. Who could they target? Number one on the list, Cole Kmet, which would be awesome, because as you saw, I believe it was last year or the year before, he was like their main, it was a year before, he was the main target. He was the person that moved that offense. I actually picked him up in fantasy because he was getting so many targets. He was getting at least 10 targets a game because he is a baller. He is a very, very, very athletic tight end. Why would he be on the trade block? Well, Chicago just used a top 10 pick in the first round to get Michigan's tight end, Colston Loveland. So they already look like they have a new tight end. It's kind of the same scenario of what Vegas is going through from last year. So they obviously have a very stellar tight end, and that puts Michael Mayer on the trade block. So do we get Michael Mayer? Michael Mayer is what, number 4 on his list. Coming in number 2, Mark Andrews. Of course, not a long-term option. He's actually only 29. I thought he was older. But Mark Andrews would be a great option. Obviously, a phenomenal player. He is aging, though. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards Darnell Washington. Cole Kmet. Doesn't say how old he is. Let me click on his profile. Let me dig in a little bit deeper while being on. Cole Kmet, 26. So actually, I thought he was younger than that, but still, 26 is pretty young for a tight end. Would be a good pickup, as well as the Tennessee Titans tight end. I can't even say his name, but Okanawu, he actually started to break out. He was a phenomenal player. I also picked him up in fantasy. But as we see, there are some tight end options out there for trade. Last on his list, at number 5, is Tyler Higbee. So who knows? There are some options. Let's go ahead and fill that spot, because losing Jonnu, losing that big weapon, is going to hurt. Right now, that leaves us very thin, because now we have, Julian Love. Julian Hill. We have Farrell Brown, who is going to be a blocking tight end. We have Tanner Connor. We have Richie Rucci from last year. So we're thin at tight end, but again, options are out there to pick up. With trading Jalen Ramsey, that makes a big hole. So, of course, we need to add some bodies. We've had some talks with Asante Samuel Jr. We had some talks with Rasul Douglas. So those are honestly some really good options for who we could pick up. Some other options out there, I was looking at different cornerbacks. There's Stephon Gilmore, who is up there in age. He's, 34, almost 35. Rasul Douglas, he is 31. Going to be 31. There's also Mike Hilton out there. He's going to be 32. I think Shaquille Griffin just re-signed. But I like Asante Samuel. He is 25 years old. He's probably not going to be too cheap of an option. Him and Rasul Douglas looking at maybe 11, 12 mil a year. But of course, not the Ramsey, who is going to be making 26 mil a year. So that is a lot of money. We weren't going to pay him. He actually did get what? I think $1.5 million raised to join the Steelers. So right now, yeah, let's see. So yeah, he is gonna be getting, yeah, some big money, big money. Right now, our community. So on the Phins Nation, right now there's a poll out there with this trade. We actually have 29% of our community is saying it is A grade. Our community, 36% says it's a B, 19% says it's a C, 9% says a D, and 7% says an F. Overall votes right now, 2,200. So obviously not our whole community, but I'm just taking a look at different things that are out there, and I always like to share everything with everybody. As far as cap space, right now, Miami is looking to have roughly, I think they were going to be scheduled for around 20 mil. Minkah is taking a cap hit of around 15. Who knows if we restructure his contract, if we extend his contract. But right now, he's set to be a free agent in 2027. So he does have a couple years under contract. Lots and lots of news going on. I just want to make sure I'm getting everything to you. I do want to go over Minkah's PFF grades. So, just like Jalen Ramsey, he did have a down year. I might throw these up on the screen for you in a little bit. But last year, he had a 68.4 overall grade. So that did rank him 52nd out of 171 safeties. So that's not the best numbers, but again, he is a Pro Bowler when healthy. He has had some injuries recently that he has been fighting through, so that could be issues to the down with his play being down. I do want to go over, looks like his coverage grade, though, was 67.9, which was 39th in the league. Solo tackles was 69, which was 24th in the league. Interceptions, he only had one, which was 36th in the league. Receptions allowed, 31, which is 28th in the league. Some better stats that he have. Coverage snaps. He ranked third in the league with 674. Total snaps, he had 1,084, which was sixth in the league. So again, he's on the field. Even despite injuries, he's out there playing, which we couldn't say a lot about a lot of our players. Passer rating allowed was a 132.1, which is 15th in the league. So again, he does have some good stats. Tackle assists, he is 11th in the league with 24. So he does have some good stats. He was Pro Bowls 2019, 2020, 2022, and 2023. All Pro teams 2019, 2020, and 2022. So he has been at the top of his game. He's been an elite safety. So again, our safety room is getting a lot better. He is, again, still a top 5 safety. Of course, it's going to hurt losing Jonnu, losing Jalen. But there's some bodies out there that we can pick up in free agency or even making trades. So again, trades can always happen. Who knows? Do we make a trade for Kyle Pitts? I think that would be huge. if we can somehow get Kyle Pitts or Cole Kmet or even the tight end from the Tennessee Titans, I think that would be a huge move. Yeah, Jonnu had a phenomenal season, but I don't see him duplicating what he did last year. Again, he set franchise records for yards, catches, and touchdowns. So, again, that's very, very, very hard to duplicate. It's hard to be consistent in the NFL. That's why everyone has up and down leagues. But who knows? Miami is about getting better. So, on this one, I'm going to applaud. I'm going to say thank you, Chris Grier, because I've always been a fan of MINKAH Fitzpatrick. Again, with the defense switching back in 2019, he just wasn't a fit for our defense. That's why we got Javon Holland. Well, with Weaver, he's probably got some different ideas. He kind of wants to probably do what he did with Kyle Hamilton in Baltimore. So we'll see what we can do. It will be big to see what cornerbacks we pick up. If Miami can pick up Asante Samuel or Rasul Douglas or both, if we can get both of them and put them in the backfield, our secondary will be a lot better. And honestly, it will fill a lot more holes because Miami doesn't have too many holes. I think that as of right now, our holes from top to bottom. So quarterback, I think we're good. Maybe we might have to switch up backup quarterbacks depending if Zach Wilson can figure out what he's doing. Quinn Ewers, hopefully the game slows down for him. But I think quarterback, we're okay. Maybe if Zach Wilson doesn't do anything in preseason, we kind of swap him out. Running back, I think we're good. We got some very young, talented backs in there, unproven backs. Fullback, that's a one-man show, elk and goal. Wide receiver, there's whispers on ESPN saying that we should pick up Keenan Allen. He would be a big body third wide receiver, red zone target. Would be a good move. Tight end, huge hole. That's where we need to fill. Offensive line, we just need to add some depth. I think right now we got our solidified starters. Defensive line. So defensive line, I think edge and nose tackle with what we did in the draft, I think we're set. Linebackers, I think we're set. Middle and edge. It's just a secondary. Now I think our safety room is set with Minkah. I think we take Minkah and Fangagu. As the season goes on, I'll know everybody's name. But the guy we picked up from the Lions, he's a great player. He's been battling injuries, but I think that he can do a good job of starting as well. So Minkah and him, and then we got Ashton Davis as depth, rotation, packages, everything like that. So really, corner, tight end, and offensive line depth. So besides that, I think if we stay healthy, we got a good chance of possibly having a playoff team. So yeah, we lost a lot of talent in this offseason, but I think Miami's on the right track. Chris Grier, he always somehow surprised us with these trades. I mean, look at the Jalen Ramsey trade that we got when we trade a third round and Hunter Long to get him. That was great. Look what we traded everything to get Tyreek Hill, but it's been worth it. So let's put everything together. Let's try to get a Super Bowl. It's been a long time. It hasn't been in my lifetime, but I'm excited. I'm always excited to bring you guys a Dolphin update. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you like this channel. Let me know your opinions on the trade. Did we win it? I give this a B as a grade in the trade because I think we won the trade. Not by much, but I think we won the trade. We got younger and we got cheaper. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap everything up. It's been a while. I want to thank everybody for your support. Keep watching those shorts. I'll come out with more videos. But keep liking, keep subscribing, keep tuning in, share, let everybody know that I'm out there. Be Trilled. This is Phins Football Podcast. And as always, Fins up, family.